Good afternoon, folks. This is Mets228. It's not often I do an afternoon wrestling prognostication video, but I figured not going to have a lot of time today, so let's get it over with. Today's prognostication centers around DDT's Wrestle Peter Pan event, live from the Ryogoku Sumo this Sunday. We kick it off with a six-man tag match of Keigo Nakamura, Yuki Ishida, and Sumi Kazuma against Yuni, Yuya Koroku, and Ilusion. These are basically kind of the trainees of the DDT dojo, more or less, just to clear this up as to who these people are. Ilusion has been getting a little more screen time than out of them. Out of these six, as has Yuya Koroku. So out of these six, I'm going to go with Yuni, Koroku, and Ilusion. Next up, six-man tag featuring people with ties to Sanshiro Takagi. For those wondering, Sanshiro Takagi is on a road where he's hanging it up. He's the guy that currently runs DDT, though I think he can be an idiot at times. Anyway, Toru Owashi, Hisamaru Tajima, and Shinichiro Kawamatsu take on Makoto Oishi, Soma Takao, and an ordinary person named Muneki Sawa. Did we really need that last one in there? Don't really care for this one. It should be a bit stupid. I'm taking Owashi, Tajima, and Kawamatsu. Next up, it's age versus relative experiencing age. Meet youth. As Minoru Suzuki, GHC Hardcore Champion Shuji Ishikawa, the guy who's holding the global, from All Japan, who's holding the Global Honor Crown Hardcore Openweight title hostage, and Shinichiro Kawamatsu take on, wrong one, and Mitsuru Sato take on Jun Akiyama, Yuki Onaya, and Tomomitsu Matsunaga. When you look at a team like Suzuki, Ishikawa, and Sato, it's a team of badasses. Akiyama has always been that fifth pillar of All Japan. Naya and Matsunaga, relative young blood. I'm going to say experience wins the day. I'm giving this to Suzuki, Ishikawa, and Sato. Super Sasadango Machine versus Kazuki Hirata. I'm giving this to Hirata. Sasadango, just retire, will you, please? Next up, the KOD six-man tag titles are on the line in a four-way survival six-man survival match. Yeah. Fatal four-way six-man tag. This is going to be as far as I know, DDT is the only promotion that's able to do this. As every other promotion that would do it would probably do it in a gauntlet style, not this setup. The champions, Harashima, Yasu Urano, and Akito defend against Damnation, Totally Addicted, Daisuke Sasaki, Kanon, and MJ Paul, Aja Kong, Shuma Katsumoto, and Toei, and Masahiro Takanashi, Takeshi Masada, and Antonio Honda. This is the 55th defense for the first defense of the 55th champions. Ish. I really don't know how you do this kind of a match. Is it going to take a good bit of time? Yes. Will it be enough to where it eats away at the card? No. I'm going to say, give it the Damnation, Totally Addicted. For one reason or another. I don't know what. Next up. For the KOD King of Dreams, for those wondering what KOD stands for, tag team titles, Tetsuya Endo and Yuki Ino of Burning. Thank God Ino is no longer sexy. Seriously. Anyone who knows me knows I cried disgust when the pheromones were running amok in DDT. Defend the titles in their third defense against Team Noah's Atsushi Kotoge and Go Shiozaki. This will be a tough matchup to pick. On the one hand, Shiozaki and Kotoge have good chemistry as tag partners, and Shiozaki is fresh off beating his own Team Noah brother in Akitoshi Saito to become the Pro Wrestling 01 World Heavyweight Champion. At pillaging another set of gold would be fitting for Shiozaki to rebuild himself and truly claim I am Noah and get him out of the black trunks, rebuilding him from the ground up till he's back in the Misawa green that he long time sported over the last couple of years. Over the better part of the last 4 or 5 years. But, on the other hand, Endo and Ino are defending DDT's honor. You can't risk the belt falling into the hands of an invader. On these factors alone, I'm going to say Endo and Ino retain the KOD tag team titles, for better or worse. I mean, in regards to Yuki Ino, I'm going to be blunt. Did the gimmick of the pheromones get a couple of laughs out of me? Yes. Albeit forced laughs. But does that mean I liked it? No. The gimmick was homosexual Chippendales, who were very sexual and both figuratively and literally loved to flaunt their asses. Even for that short stretch of the only time during the stretch that I found Yuki Ino marginally tolerable when he was in the pheromones was that brief stint last spring where basically Yuji Ino dangled the carrot in front of his nose of a DKOD openweight title match under the condition of no stripping. Ino had to be not sexy. He had to be strong. And up until the match in Yokohama, he was playing it straight. And then the device that warned you if you were going sexy got destroyed, and he came out as sexy Ino. Granted, he lost for placating to the crowd, but still, the match was competent enough. Still, the censorship board got on DDT's case, and it forced the disbandment of the group. Still doesn't stop Danshoku Dino from flaunting his ass. Next up, a special singles match. Masato Tanaka, who's predominantly a 0-1 guy, takes on Konosuke Takeshita, who's part of AEW and DDT. Now, if you recall, during the Mega Met podcast episode for the G1 Climax, and for predicting New Japan's G1 Climax 34, I mentioned that the Sunday show only had 9 matches on it due to a scheduling conflict. This is the match that basically unleveled the playing field for night 2 of the tournament this coming Sunday. Takeshita having to catch a train, a bus, or a flight from Osaka to Tokyo. It would be impossible for him to go from Osaka to Tokyo and back for his match with Jeff Cobb. Hence why the match got moved up to day 3, got pushed back to day 3 in Hiroshima. The tournament in Hiroshima. You know what's even worse? The probability that old Cyrus the Virus, Don Callis, is going to be on commentary alongside Chris Charlton and Walker Spencer for the better part of a month with Takeshita in this tournament. It is that fucking bad. I mean, We all know how much. True, Don Callis has a lot of wrestling intellect as a manager and as a one-time wrestler. But he's also a scumbag, a sleazeball. I think he played an important factor in the outcome of the match. Yes, I'm taking Takeshita to win because of Cyrus the Virus. Because of that little jackal. Next up, Shingo Takagi Indefinite Rest Road Final. Basically, this is one of the matches that Takagi wants before he retires. It's a weapons match against Danshoku Dino, a guy who, as I mentioned, even before his time with the formation of the Pheromones, had always been a thorn in Takagi's side, mostly due to his antics of being overly sexual and flaunting his ass. Trust me, if you've seen one Danshoku Dino match, you've seen them all. Because it's the same pattern. He'll wrestle straight for a bit, then he'll get sexual, drop the tights, expose the thong, stick himself up in a corner, and your face is going in his ass. Literally. I wish I was making that shit up. As far as I'm concerned, let Sanshiro Takagi get some frustrations out on this sicko. However, do I think he's going to win it? Unfortunately, no. I'm giving this, and believe me, I hate to do this. I'm giving it to Danshoku Dino to win. Next up, a dramatic dream match. This will be, in my view, a technical masterpiece. Technical and deathmatch combo masterpiece. El Desperado versus Chris Brooks. Brooks, this time last year, walked in against Yuji Hino, this event, against Yuji Hino last year, and walked as a challenger, and walked out with the KOD Openweight Championship in hand, before coming back to the venue 4 months later and dropping it to Yuki Ueno. Now, he faces Despy, a man he holds a lot of respect for. The question here is, will we get a technical masterpiece, or will we get a death match that goes all over the place? Either way, don't know how it's going to play out. But for me, if I have to pick someone, I'm actually going to give this one to El Desperado. Despy has been very hit or miss this year. Wins the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title in Wrestle Kingdom. Basically gets gypped out of it by Show a month later in Sapporo. Wins Best of the Super Juniors 31. Wins the title back from Show in a steel cage match. And loses it in the final leg of the New Japan the final show of the New Japan tour, or before the G1 Climax, before the beginning of the G1 Climax tour, to Doki in the first defense. At least with him losing it to Show was in the second defense. But regardless, Despy needs some form of stability to his momentum. Because after this, because during this tour, the G1 tour, he's got nothing to do. Maybe catch a flight here to America, do some independent shows, pop up in other Japanese promotions, go to Mexico and pop up. Who knows? Knows what he's going to do. But the point is, he's going to have a rough one. Rough go of it. So who am I taking to win? Despy. Nope. I'm looking for an email about barbecue tonight. For those wondering what that's about. Finally, but for now, let's just get to the main event. For the KOD Openweight Championship, presented by Goodcom Asset, Yuki Ueno, in his sixth defense, defends against the winner of the DDT Cup tournament, the most fucked up wrestler in this fucked up world, Mao. As far as I'm concerned, we gotta pull the trigger here. You can't drag this out any further. Ueno has been able to hold off. Let me just see something. In his title reign. Oh, for those wondering, Mao is also the DDT Universal Champion, though that belt's not at stake. In the 246 days since he won it off Chris Brooks, Yuki Ueno has held off the likes of Yuki Onaya, who had won the Dio Grand Prix to get that title shot, Danshoku Dino on Valentine's Day in front of 500 people, at the 27th anniversary, he fended off Harashima in Korakuen Hall on March 17th. On April 26th, at the DDT Cross Zeke Star Tokyo Special Performance, DDZT, in Hagashin Arena, he fended off, what was it? Oh, Akito. And during the What Are You Doing tour in Shinjuku, he fended off Sanshiro Takagi on May 6th. Or maybe it was June 6th. I don't know. That said, if you're going to put the belt on Mao, you got to do it here. However, with the fact that Mao is also the DDT Universal Champion, I'm not sure if his goal is to unify the KOD Openweight with the DDT Universal. It probably isn't. But the cards seem to point in Mao's direction. But do I go that route? If the coin lands on heads, we stick with Ueno. If it's tails, I'm going to go Mao. Let's do it. Well, as much as I do want to pull the trigger, coin says I can't. But you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to pull it. Screw the coin in this case. I'm taking Mao to win and leave a double champion with both the KOD Universal title and KOD Openweight titles in hand. Though I wouldn't be too miffed if Ueno gets out of Ryogoku with the KOD title in hand. I mean, still in his possession. Well, that's it for this prediction video for DDT's Wrestle Peter Pan 2024. Comment, like, and subscribe. This is Mitch 28 signing out. I'll catch you Friday when the Mega Mechs are back on the case, this time for Teenage Slammiversary 2024. It's going to be a lot of rain next week. Till then, goodbye. Good fucking night. Bang. Sorry, I forgot to shut the stream down.